Hey, welcome back to another episode with me, Soulful Sundays with Madge. Thank you for joining me on this journey as we discuss challenges, we discuss obstacles that can come up in our lives and how our perspective can help us to get through so many challenges that we face day to day in life. And as always, if you like what you receive, you can go ahead and you can hit the like button, leave a comment below, ring the bell to subscribe to the channel. This way, each week when I upload, you will receive notification. And as always, if you have any questions, you can email me at askmadge18@gmail.com. So let's go ahead and get into this week's topic, which is run your race. Have you ever heard the saying, if you don't plan your day or if you don't plan your life, someone will plan it for you? And this is so true. And if we are not conscious of how we are living our day and why we are doing what we're doing in our day, we can look up and before you know it, we're doing things that we don't even know why we're doing it. Or we're in places and we don't even know how we got there. How did I get to this place? So I want to talk to us about what that can look like and how we can run our race so that we can ensure that our days are set up according to the will that we have placed in our lives, the will of the Creator, and that we are setting up our days to meet an end point, an end destination, an end goal, that our day is aligned, our priorities are aligned with our goals. So interestingly, I was on a call probably last month. So the church that I grew up in, I was we have like a monthly, like one of the committees I'm in, we have like a monthly meetup. So I was on a call last month in December, and one of the individuals that's on this particular committee had brought up, it was something like, how do we know when something is good for us? How do we know that we should accept or we should go along with certain offers or just certain things that come up? Like, how do we know that it's good for us? And it made me think about it, like a lot of things can sound good, right? But just because it's good, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for us. And it's aligned with our race in life. It's aligned with what we are supposed to be doing in our day-to-day life to get to the goals that we may have set for ourselves. And so at that particular time last month when that was brought up, it was very easy for me to say, well, it's based off, is it a priority? Is it a priority in your life? That's one way that I'm able to know if something is good for me or potentially not. Sometimes I don't always know. And then I can pray on it. However, I've gotten to a point where I'm very conscious of how I spend my days. And I want to kind of get into that because she really was curious, like, how do you know? And I realized that not all of us are always aware of if we're doing something and why we're doing it, right? And I can admit that I didn't always know why I was doing what I was doing. It wasn't until I became very conscious of my day, very conscious of why I was doing what I was doing, was I able to get to the place where I was able to then determine whether something was a good thing for me or it just may be a good thing that could end up being a distraction. So how does that look? So I'm going to explain how that can look. So now let's fast forward to January 2021. Yay, we are like a little bit over a week into a whole new year. And so I had already started planning, praying and meditating on asking God to reveal to me, like, what am I to be doing in 2021? Like, what more would you like to see me do for the kingdom? And I started this process in like November. So pretty much like God has revealed not complete steps, not like everything, like this is how it's gonna happen or how it's gonna unfold, but pretty much like I'm out into July with goals. So I'm saying this because now I want to rewind to how do we tell if something is a good thing or just maybe a good distraction? And what does that look like? So I had about 3 things already come up because it's a new year. So it's a new me. That's what it's a new year. It's a new me. Everybody wants to do like group things, get involved in this. I got this new thing going on. So it's like, okay, everybody's like, you want to do this, you want to do that, right? So an acquaintance who I really enjoy, she's like really into energy work, metaphysics, astrology, like all the stuff that I am wanting to learn more of because I really am getting into understanding the importance of energy and really minding like what my energy levels are. But that's a whole nother story. So anyways, the point is she is a teacher in metaphysics and energy work and astrology and things that I want to learn. So I'm very interested in it. And so she ends up emailing me and she says, hey, I have a class, an 8-week class that's going to be starting mid-January. It's going to be this night, this time. I know you're into it. Would you be down? Now you would think you're into it, Madge. Here's a great opportunity for you to learn and for you to learn something that's actually going to be beneficial in your life, right? Because it's really beneficial for us to know, be in tune with our feelings and our energy and the power of our mind. I'm really understanding that the mind is so powerful. So I'm thinking, or someone who knew what I was into would say, this is a great opportunity. It's really something you should do. And wrong. And the reason why is because I already know what every month is like supposed to be set up. Not saying that things aren't going to come up and I'm not going to have to shift and adjust, but I have already mentioned to y'all that I am planned out into July of what I need to do. I've prayed, I've asked God, and God's like, do this. And so I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do it. So it will be a good thing. But the second that I add that to my plate, so I'm already juggling. I'm juggling so much, y'all. But the cool thing about when you're moving in alignment and you're moving in purpose, God, creator, whatever you believe in, will support you, will give you the energy, will give you the strength to do it, to do everything that you are called to do. But if I go and add this onto my to-do list, I'm not really operating in what my goal, my end goal. That's not a part of my priority. So that's one way we can know. When you already know what you have to do and what your goals are, you're able to rewind and you're able to know how you need to prioritize your day so that you can get to that end mark. For me right now, it's July. And then as I start Xing stuff off my list, I'll probably have some more stuff to add. Maybe not, because I might, who knows what the year could bring up, but I'm still going, I'm aiming, I'm shooting for the moon. And if I get some stars are still great, right? So that's one way. So the next thing that came to me was, I know, but my mind just went doop, doop, doop. The next thing that came to me, book club. Okay, so listen, I am all about reading. If you want to really expand yourself and open up yourself to a bigger world, even if you are currently, your present moment is in a small world, but you want to just open yourself, expand yourself, stretch your mind, open up a book, an Audible, whatever you have to do. I read every single day. Even if it's just 5 minutes, I'm going to read. So my point of bringing that up is, why wouldn't I want to join a book club? Book clubs, it's like a community of people who also enjoy to read, like circles. This is a good thing. Well, I looked at the books that were being read, and guess what, y'all? The books that are going to be read are not books that are a part of my 2021 goals. They're not part of helping me to get to my end goal. They're not going to help me increase. Like right now, I am really wanting to get into mindset growth. So I want to I'm doing like Michelle Obama Becoming. I want to get into Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality. I want to read some Nelson Mandela, The Long Walk. I want to double back to like elementary, high school and get into some Anne Frank. I want to read about people who were set apart. And I want to know why they were set apart. And I want to know what they endured, so that when I have struggles in my life, I'm going to have reference. I'm going to have people to look back at for encouragement, to be like, dang, if they went through all that and they still was set apart and they still accomplished and persevered through, like, come on, man, you got this, you can do it. So my point to us is, that's how I know I don't need to join that particular book club in this moment in time in life, because the books that are going to be read are not the books that are going to be taking me where I am looking to go currently. Now, that doesn't mean that in another season of life, that book club won't be something that I'm looking to join, but just not right now. The third thing that came to me was working out, a workout challenge. So I would love to work out. That's actually one of my goals, to become the person where people look at me and they say, you know what, I can tell she works out. But I have not quite got to the point where I actually follow through with working out. Y'all, I've downloaded Beachbody on demand. I thought that was going to motivate me. Didn't work. I paid for a membership for a whole year thinking that was going to motivate me. Didn't work. So the point that I'm really getting at is, I realized I had to take a long look in the mirror, or mentally reflect and just say, I'm not going to do it. That is the truth. I want to do it, but I haven't got to the point yet where I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of saying you need to tone it. You need to tone up. Obviously, when I look at myself, I haven't got to that point yet. So what I'm saying is, though I would love to do it, it's a good thing to work out. It's a good thing to be healthy. But for me, it would just be adding something additional on to the plate of what I have to do. And the juggling would just become super chaotic. So there's a such thing as we can all be busy, right? We can be so busy in life. But the question that we should ask ourselves is, are we being effective in life? And I have been busy a lot in life. I definitely believe in the past couple years, I have been slowly working on being more effective and knowing that it's totally okay to be busy, as long as I'm being busy, being effective, and that it's going to produce results at an appointed time. So with that, y'all, I hope that I have given you some ways to understand how something could be good for you or just a good distraction while you are running your race. Oh, and I have a scripture that I actually really enjoy. So this is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 and 14 from NIV, and it's the narrow and the wide gates. I wanted to touch on this briefly. So it says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate, and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. So, why I like this particular scripture is because there is so many things, y'all, in life that can distract us and take us away from properly running our race to be effective. And in order to be effective in running our race, sometimes we have to understand that narrow is the way. And we got to know what we are setting our sights on. We got to know what our goal is. And then we got to reverse it. Reverse it back to the beginning and now say, what are the priorities that I need to set so that I can get to that end point? And sometimes we got to live a very narrow life, and it's not always easy to be so narrow, but I can guarantee you that when you get to that end point, you're going to be thanking yourself. You're going to be thanking God. You're going to be you're just going to be thankful for knowing that even though it wasn't easy living very narrow, it's going to reap you a beautiful, wonderful harvest. So that is Matthew 7, verse 13 and 14. So once again, I thank you all for tuning in, joining another week with me. I pray that you have a blessed and a safe week, and I want you to take care. Bye.